Hello, Professor. This is Rosemol Tangipan presenting Waves and Peace app. So, the first one is use a custom launcher icon. So, this is the launcher icon with the Peace image. Use verbose log statement used to output a new dual tone. So, when we create a new dual tone, start. This is a new dual tone, and if you check the log, new dual tone created, and it is created in main activity right here in line number 144. New dual tone created on the on input changed method in interface on input listener, and in main activity we are implementing the on input changed. So in here a new active tone is created, low tone, high tone, duration, and the verbose message new dual tone created is outputted here. The next one. Title changed to Waves and Peace. As you can see, Waves and Peace. The title is Waves and Peace, which is in the manifest, Android manifest, label Waves and Peace. So it is actually in strings happening. Waves, ampersand symbol, and peace. Next one, main activity includes Waves and Peace buttons in app bar, icons from material design icons website. So it is Waves and Peace icons on the app bar. It is created by, from here, menu. We create a menu, Waves, with the Waves icon in line number 7. You can see the Waves icon here. And Peace menu item, and the icon is drawable piece, and settings, and about. And the menu is inflated in main activity, and here on create options menu, line number 97, get menu inflated dot inflate r dot menu main. It is here in the resources. This main menu is inflated in the line number 97. Waves button routes to dialog for fragment. Waves button. So this is the Waves button. If you click that, we are routed to dialog fragment. So that logic comes to here. On options, item select, menu item. So this is a menu, and when we click the menu item piece, we come in line number 108. Action Waves is the ID of the menu item. And here And here we are creating the dialog fragment. So fragment manager, get support fragment manager, and edit dialog fragment is the fragment class corresponding to dialog fragment. And we create a new dialog fragment and we dialog.show fragment manager and the tab. So this edit dialog fragment is displayed. This button clears all running tones. So we can start and start another one. Start another one with the let's say and start. PS button pressed. So it is called played. So that one is implemented here. So in line number 118, we are coming here when you click the PS button and clear dual tones. So we are doing the same procedure for film gesture 2. So I create a common method so that we can clear the dual tones at one place. So I created a method for that. So that is all the way down. Yeah, clear dual tones. And here we will output the verbose message. Dual tone list cleared, list cancelled. And first of all, we are getting how many active tones are remaining in the active tones array list. And text view active tones, that is this one. This one becomes 3 pound signs. And we are clearing active tones array list by line number 187, active tones dot clear. And we are cancelling all the countdown timers. So countdown timers are in timer list. So we are clearing like countdown timer dot cancel for all of the active dual tones. And we are displaying a toast message. Num active tones, dual tones cleared. So here, if you try that one more time, start, and we press the freeze button, we get 2 dual tones cleared. That is the toast message we are getting. So that is the pressing the freeze button. Includes overflow with the settings and about. Settings doesn't do anything. So it is the overflow button here, and settings doesn't do anything. About button routes to about activity and associated layout. So it goes here and about. So this is the about layout with my image, and when the app is created and some text, and its layout is in activity about. So this is the text view 1, like credits, text view 2 created by Rosnol Tangible. I think this created in string. Okay, it is not. Okay. And this is the image, my photo, and the text view. The iTech for like that, 4550 and the time and the date. And this is the string, which is in strings. Here it is, the strings. Here it is, about description. It's a long string. Okay. So that is the about activity. and this activity is opened. Then we click the about action about. This is 128. We create the indent, main activity this, and about activity dot class, and we start activity indent. Then we get the about activity. And also we have a, I think it is next. Okay. Main activity maintains a running list of active tones. So we go back. If we, yeah, in the main activity, it is as an array list, active tones. Actually, I looked at the files, dual tone and dual tone list. Professor gave it to me. When before you gave that files, I already implemented this, so I didn't want to change running app. So I went through with my design. So active tones is a symbol class with the dual low tone, double low tone, double high tone, and double duration. And we create active tone with 3 values. And it has a string, 2-string method, just low tone, high tone, and duration. That's a very simple class. And in main activity, we create array list of active tones. So all the running active tones are saved in array list active tone in line number 39 and corresponding countdown timer. Each active tone has a countdown timer. So after creating a countdown timer, it is added to an array list called timer list, which is an array list of countdown timers. So in line number 51 and 52, we are initializing active tones array list and timer list at array list. And when the on input change, here is the place we create the active tones. So actually from edit dialog fragment, we implemented an on input listener. This is an on interface system. Listening class must implement this. So on input listener is the listener listening to edit dialog fragment, and it has a method to implement on input changed. So it is a listener class. So it is called from, it will come in here in line number 141 when the listener is changed, and we will get I low tone, I high tone, and I means integer high tone, integer low tone, but it is actually double, and this duration. After getting these 3 values, we are creating a dual tone with low tone, high tone, and duration, and we are displaying a web purpose message. New dual tone created and dual tone. So it has a 2-string method. Active tones dot add a dual tone. So we are adding the dual tone, the newly created dual tone, to the array list active tones. Then we are update tones display. So there is 2 places we have to update the dual tone display. One is when new tone is created. Another one is the values are cleared. So I extracted into method and called multiple times. So update times display tones display, then it would be Very simple. It is going through all the active tones array list and create a string with the active tones to string. That would be 3 values: low tone, high tone, duration, and the slash n advance into the new line. And if the active tones array list is empty, we'll get 3 pound signs. The array list is empty, showing 3 pound signs. And we are initializing a countdown timer for a new dual tone created. So new countdown timer, we are passing duration and countdown interval 1000. That is just a placeholder value. And on peak, we are doing nothing. But on finish, when the countdown timer is finishing, we are doing active tones. From the array list, active tones, we are removing dual tones. The dual tone corresponding to this countdown timer. Then again, we are updating tones display. It's the same. We are if the active tones array list is empty, we are displaying 3 pound signs. Otherwise, we are converting each dual tone into a string and appending a slash n at the end. Then we are updating text view active tones here at the set text. And timer list dot add countdown timer. So we are saving each countdown timer in the timer list so that we can clear the countdown timers when the fling gesture or the peace icon is clicked all at once, all the time, all the countdown timers are cleared at once. And we are seeing the newly created countdown timer start. So that is how it works. Individual tones vanish when they expire. So if we create start, we create a maybe one more. So the tone created and all of them this expired. So that is, I think I already explained that in here. The countdown timers are created in here in the cdp.start, and on finish, active tones should remove dual tone. It is removed from the active tones array list. So it is no more visible. Fling gesture clears all running tones similar to peace button. So it is the same thing as here. First of all, we declare gesture detector combat M detector, and we have to say M detector dot on touch event. This is the one dispatching motion events to this main activity.java, and my gesture listener in the my gesture listener in the main activity.java. So my gesture listener implements gesture detector dot on gesture listener. So the two methods we are interested is on long press and on fling. So on fling, we are doing the same thing, clear dual tones. So it is here, clear dual tones. I already explained this. So it is num dual tone list cancelled. It is displayed here. Dual tone list cancelled. And num active tones are displayed in here. In the verbose message, dual tones clear. That is comes here. Then the text view active tones is set to 3 pound signs, and the array list active tones are cleared, clearing the array list active tones, and all the countdown timers in the timer list are cancelled. That means all the active timers are cancelled. And displaying the toast message, dual tones cleared. Number of dual tones cleared, that is the size of the active tones array list. So fling gesture, it would be like start. Let's say and we are having a fling gesture. Here it is, three dual tones cleared. Yeah, one dual tones cleared with the message is displayed. Toast message displayed when all running tones cleared with the peace button or fling gesture. I think I already showed that. Anyway, we can do that one more time. And here it is, peace button, one dual tone cleared. It is in the line number 195. Dual tones cleared. And the num active tones is the size of the active tones array list. And at the same time, the fling gesture is the same. One dual tone clear, it is in line number 195. For both of the fling gesture and the peace button, we are calling the clear dual tones method and displaying the toast message. So I think it is here in line number 120, clear dual tones. And at the same time, in the fling gesture, we are calling clear dual tones. Both places we are calling the same method. We have to do the same operations. Long press launches the add waves dialog, same as waves button. So it opens the long press. It is in here. In line number 63 on long press, fragment manager, get support fragment manager, edit dialog fragment. We are creating a new dialog fragment and dialog.show fragment manager, edit dialog fragment. So we are getting a new dialog fragment. And dialog fragment activity uses custom layout. So fragment dialog. In here we have spinner SP low tones. So this area is the custom layout. So spinner SP low tones, spinner SP high tones, edit test, this one, low frequency. This one is AD high frequency. And edit text is the duration. And actually, we don't need this spinner. It's an extra spinner. Accidental. Sorry about that. So that is the custom layout. Includes positive and negative buttons. So the custom layout is corresponding to edit dialog fragment. In here, we have declared on create. We are creating the custom dialog with alert dialog builder. So new alert dialog builder, and set title add a dual tone waveform. It is the title here. And layout inflator require activity get layout inflated. Get a custom layout for that. So dialog view inflator dot inflate fragment dialog. That is the name of the dialog. We are inflating the fragment dialog. And we don't need this part. This was my experimentation to make this text a little bit bigger, but after some time I just scrapped it. So we don't need this part. And builder.setView dialog view. So the view becomes this area comes to the builder. Then set positive button start. New dialog interface dot on click listener on click. We are getting low tone with the double dot pass double low tone. High tone, we are passing the high tone, and duration, we are passing the duration. And we are passing this into the input listener dot on input change. So that will come here in the main method in here, and a new dual tone created when corresponding countdown timer is started. So this is the start button. And the negative button on click with the cancel, we are not doing anything. Just get cancelled. So that's the two buttons. Passes to frequencies and duration back to activity. We have seen that lots of times. The two frequencies and duration back to start activity. That is the same this. From here, input listener dot on input change, low tone, high tone, high duration. When you press the start button, and we come here where it is implemented. The on input change. So the low tone, high tone, and duration comes here. We create a new dual tone, create a countdown timer, and update the tones display so that 3 values will be displayed here. And we add that the countdown timer to timer list so that we can cancel all the values. About activity includes your own image, name, date, created, description of your choosing. So we'll go here. About activity. All the details like about the activity. In here we have a text view for credits, text view for created by Rose Multangipu, image view of my picture, and text view for iTech 4550 and August. What next? Text view, this text view here. Includes up to navigate back to the parent. There is an up button, navigate back to the parent. So Yeah, I think, yeah, that is all my app is. And for attribution, I based the edit dialog fragment part with professor's examples, but with the dual tone and dual tone list professor provided, I couldn't use it because before professor gave it to me, I already implemented this app with my active tone class, very simple implementation. So since the app was working, I didn't want to mess it up, so I didn't use the new dual tone and dual tone list class we provided. Maybe if I get some time, I will try to work with it. So that's my app. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.